It is June 23rd, 2016. Is this thing on? Alright, this is my first attempt at this, folks, so bear with me. Just gonna cover for a minute what's going on over in the United Kingdom at the moment. I'm sure most of you are aware of the Brexit vote, where the people are voting to stay in the European Union or leave the European Union. I'm not sure that many Americans in general have any idea of the actual implications of this move, one way or the other, and how much it really means to the entire world. I'd say this is likely the most consequential and significant ballot ever to be cast by the citizens of any one country ever. This has so much to do with everything that has been being planned. The New World Order stands to take its first major blow in its plans with the United Nations and the Rothschilds, the Illuminati, and all the other powers that be, the big banking cartels, losing control that they can ill afford to lose at this state in the game. I'm sure you're probably pretty well aware that the dollar is collapsing at the moment. Then again, I shouldn't assume things. Seems to me that 95% of America is just running around acting as everything is business as usual. Way too much data to get into here, folks, but let me put it to you this way. We're in much worse shape than we were in 2008, and this time it's not going to be a bailout, it's not going to be banks failing, it's going to be a total collapse. If the Brexit does occur, it's my belief that this is the good guys bringing the collapse on sooner. If the Brexit doesn't occur and things go more towards the New World Order, that's the bad guys delaying the collapse as long as they possibly can, continuing to allow the bubble to build bigger and bigger while they keep on raping the profits from the regular people. And the longer they can push this game on, every single day they can keep it going, fixing the numbers and suppressing all of the real prices of precious metals, for instance. They've been suppressing gold and silver for decades. And shit's about to hit the fan real soon here, folks. And this Brexit vote tonight is going to make one big difference for the people as far as how everybody comes out of it. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be really, really hard times for millions upon millions and billions of people on the planet when the dollar does collapse. It's just that breaking free from the stranglehold of the New World Order and their plan to just basically monopolize the world and override the constitutions of all of the countries underneath their realm. It's basically, see, Britain is now taking back some of their rights because the international law that was written by the European Council, the referendum is totally overriding all of Great Britain's original laws, kind of like our Constitution would be overridden if our currency is going to fall, it's going to fail. When this happens, the New World Order will issue some type of currency. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Most likely it's only going to be electronic. It's all got to be based on gold. You know, this is all a lot of hearsay. It's really hard to predict what can happen. But I can tell you one thing, it can happen as soon as tomorrow. With Great Britain leaving the European Union, and the vote is very close right now, it's about 51.6% to leave, and this is with about 10% of the districts reporting. If those numbers run through, Wall Street's going to see a bloodbath. All assets on paper, they're going to become worthless in short order. If you have any money in the bank, folks, get it out now. If you have a chance, go buy some silver, even if you only have $100 in your pocket that you can spare. As long as you've got food and water, and you should have at least, I'd say bare minimum of 3 months. 3 weeks you're really playing games, because when that 3 weeks is up and the bread lines are running around the corner for miles, you're going to wish you had another couple 50-pound bags of rice. Now these bags of rice, you can get them at Sam's Club for $10, $15. A bag of kidney beans, 25 pounds, you're talking about $9. This is enough to feed you for months. It's coming, folks. It's happening. If you see what's happening in Venezuela, I'm not sure to what extent it's going to occur. It's not going to be a soft landing, though, folks. When everything stops working at once. And when the dollar isn't worth much more than you can't start a fire with it, so that leaves one thing you can do with it. Just wipe your ass. And that's what our government has done to the US dollar over the last, say 40 years? 43 or 4 odd years since Nixon took us off of the gold reserve completely. And JFK was killed by the United States of America because he was attempting to keep us on the gold-backed dollar, and they created the petrodollar, and here we have $20 trillion in national debt, which has gone up from 12 trillion just 2008. So $8 trillion in the last 8 years. I don't believe that we can afford to pay the interest every year, and in order to sustain this debt level, we need to keep on printing money and printing money. And see, as long as they can keep printing money, they can keep on paying it off. But it's reached the point of the hockey stick moment when the chart is going like this and the debt chart is going up slowly and slowly, 10, 12 trillion, and all of a sudden it starts to go straight up. That exponential chart curve is something that never ever comes back in history of any chart in any economic market. There is hockey stick charts all over the place. They have sold silver and gold in multiples of 300 and 600 paper ounces for every real material physical ounce in existence. So, do the math. If everybody who has a paper ounce of silver is to get paid, the value of silver would have to be times by 600 in order for everyone to get what they have invested in that fiat. Once again, it's all paper. If you've got a 401k, if you've got a mutual fund, if you've got money laying around in the bank, folks, get it out. Put it into silver. Put it into gold. I do not suggest gold at all. It has very limited upside compared to silver. Silver is full of different industrial uses. It's 350 pathogens are taken care of by antibiotics created because of silver. And they've been playing this big game with the price of silver and gold for 100 years now. And if you look at the website called US Debt Clock, if you look in the bottom right corner, they'll show you where the price of silver and gold should be today based on the dollar to silver ratio and the dollar to gold ratio that was left in 1912 when they took it off of the gold and silver standards. And I believe right now it has, the actual value of silver is $880 an ounce, I think I saw, and I believe that they have gold around $7,000 an ounce. There's a lot more upside for silver. 95% of the silver produced in the world since the year 1905 has been used. It's gone. And with gold, 95% of the gold that's been mined is still here. Gold doesn't have a whole lot of uses. Yes, gold and silver are the only real money in the world. But when it comes right down to it, the demand for silver is there. The demand for gold is not. And I predict today that it's very possible that silver can shake out of this whole entire global financial reset being worth more than an ounce of gold. So it's kind of like a lottery ticket. Take it from me though, I'll tell you what, if you don't have 5 ounces of silver at 20 bucks a piece right now, and they turn out to be worth $100,000 each, boy, you're going to kick yourself in the ass. But I digress. Started out talking about the Brexit vote, and just wanted to let y'all know that this is a really big deal going on. They've got it on Sky News right now here on YouTube. You can watch it on Fox News too. It's the same coverage. It's just showing the election results coming in district by district, and keep your fingers crossed that Great Britain leaves the European Union. Power to the people. We need to take back what's ours, and this is the first step. Be safe out there, everybody. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.